My name is Marlene Neumann. I'm a Master Fine Art photographer from South Africa. I've been a photographer, or I've been taking pictures for the past 44 years. I studied all the old masters. I began taking pictures when I was 14 years old. I had a camera, and at school there was a darkroom, and I became fascinated with the magic, absolute magic of the mystery of photography. In those days it was film, so it was the mystery and the magic of being able to capture something and not being able to see it. So it was the excitement of not knowing what was going to come out. And this led me to finishing a 4-year degree in design, and then majoring in my master's in photography, always linking it back to photography. And I studied, as I said, I did my thesis on the 1940 photographers, Alfred Stieglitz, and learning about all the old techniques. So what you see behind me is actually a darkroom collection of my work that has been done in film in the darkroom, and I developed in my early 20s for my thesis. I developed a special technique called the Neumann technique, and this technique has, there's no one in the world that has this technique. I actually spent 20 years of my life working in running an institution of art and design, where there was a lot of painters and photographers, and there was a lot of rivalry between the two. And this sent me in a massive search, a deep inner journey and a search for learning and understanding the difference between painting and photography and working with light. And it led me to these 1940 American photographers who had the same difficulty. And Alfred Stieglitz and Minor White and all these beautiful souls that that to me is really photography. I have spent a journey. This for me is not a job. It's not even, it's my life. My life, and I have taught thousands of students how to see, how to journey. I used to take students on trips to Namibia so they could learn about light, they could understand what it was that was driving me, how much I loved light and passion. So the work for this exhibition is it's just explaining the vastness of Namibia. Photography for me is a spiritual experience. It is instant. You can see God through the camera in whatever you're photographing, and it's magnificent. It really is magnificent. I later went on to working with black and white film and also digital. But I have never cropped an image in 44 years. So that is how we were trained in the old school. You use different lenses, or you go closer, but it's always the thing about a magic photograph is the composition and knowing where to stand. I think it was Ansel Adams that said that. A good photograph is knowing where to stand. I'm fascinated. I've published 4 books around my spiritual journey through photography. It has been, every time I grew and expanded inside myself, so did my photography change. So it is definitely been, the last 20 years, definitely been a massive spiritual journey. And the visits to Namibia, I have honestly feel that I have photographed many fifth dimensional energy in Namibia. It's just, the energy in Namibia is elevated. It just vibrates at a completely different frequency to anywhere else in the world. And it allows you to reflect inward. It really brings you, it draws you inside yourself. And I think that was my inspiration for traveling to Namibia, to photograph and to capture things. Just the variety of things and the mystery and the ancientness of it. I think that photography for me just captures the mystery of life. The things that we miss with the eye. The camera will just absorb it and capture it, and you go, oh, I didn't even see that, when I was working. And so it is really a magical way of life and living. And I encourage everyone to take pictures. And Yeah, I print huge pictures over 2 meters. All my stuff is done on Hahnemühle paper and German etching and archival inks, and they're limited editions, and they are numbered, and I courier all over the world. And I'm deeply honored to be part of this lovely exhibition in Namibia at the Bell House Gallery. It is a great honor to be representing photography, fine art photography and intuitive photography from South Africa.